Recording locked. Speech off. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the beneficent. May the prayers and peace and blessings be upon Muhammad, the seal of all prophets and messengers. Dear sisters and brothers, in this little chat, I'd like to share with you some interesting information about boredom and how to avoid it. As you know, dear sisters and brothers, of course, no one can deny the fact that boredom per se is such a bad feeling that we all experience. I mean, no matter how, whether we are rich or poor, we can experience boredom. Now, what might be the reasons for this serious issue? Now, I'd like to start by a very nice quote. It goes, "The more preoccupied you are, the less space problems have in your mind." Which means, as long as we are actively involved and we fill in the gap, we do lots of activities and we perform lots of tasks, then of course there is no way for boredom, okay, to get into our mind, or that is a negative thoughts to, we don't allow that negative thoughts to get into our mind. We don't feel bored much, okay? Another thing, dear sisters and brothers, the lack of good friends. Of course, no one on earth can rely on himself 100% to create happy moments unless we have or we are accompanied with positive friends. I mean, friends who are better than us, to share with us new information, new insights, and so on and so forth. Another thing, when we have or when we repeat the same thing every day, here we have to change the routine and seek for kind of fun or jubilation to change the routine. It could either be by traveling or meeting, as I said, positive friends, okay, or visiting a new place. Visiting a new place, of course, changing the place can play, or changing the environment as such, can play an essential role in yes, solving this problem of boredom. Another thing, dear sisters and brothers, there is a Quranic verse that tells us we have to be much closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Quran. And those who are far away from Allah's words, Allah's instructions and what Allah orders us to do, then he lives a very narrow life. Ma'isha danka, very narrow life, which is a life full of boredom, problems, stress, and so on and so forth. Dear sisters and brothers, we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to benefit from the time, this golden bounty of time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us, to fill in the gap by some decent and gorgeous activities that are beneficial and that can help us in our life and the hereafter. And also some activities that can remain as an ongoing charity. Until now, thank you very much.
Speech on. Send button.